that he was sitting with his chevra, his holy chevra, at Leil Shabbos Kodesh. And right after Kiddush, the Baal Shem Tov started to crack up. And the whole chevra saw, and they wanted to ask him what this laughter was about, because they didn't see anything that should cause laughter. And afterwards, when the Baal Shem Tov sat down at the table in his holy way, he laughed a second time. Then he waited a little bit, and then he laughed a third time. And it was a wonder in the eyes of all who were there. And all of the chevra gazed at Rav Zev that he should ask the Baal Shem Tov exactly what this laughter was about. Because this was always the case, that when the Baal Shem Tov smoked his pipe on Motzei Shabbos, his lulka, then Rav Zev would be able to ask him about anything that happened on Shabbos. And it was that Motzei Shabbos, and Rav Zev came to the room of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh to ask him, and he says, please, Rabbeinu, teach us, what was the nature of this laughter that you laughed last night? And the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh answered him, and he says, I'll show you exactly what it is that caused me to laugh. And the Baal Shem Tov said, and he gathered all of his horses. He gathered all of his horses through his through his household. And this is the way of the Baal Shem Tov, to be ready at any moment to depart on Motzei Shabbos. And they gathered the suses, they gathered the horses, and the Baal Shem Tov commanded all of the chaver who were sitting with them, and he also told them to bring with them clothes of chol. And they all sat together. Chaver, I don't know the end of the story, and I have no idea how long it is. They traveled all night, and they didn't know where they were going. And in the morning, they came to a town called Kojnets. And the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh spent some time there by a particular gvir in the community who had already heard of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh. And the whole town was afraid, was ready, they were awed to meet him. After davening, the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh called for Reb Shabtai, the one who bound the books. And the Parnes said, what in the world do you have with this old person? This is one of the simplest people, Pashat, like we spoke, or Pashat, one of the simplest people in the world. Obviously, he's a good person, but he's a very simple person, and he doesn't seem to have much Torah. Again, like that infinite light that doesn't seem to contain the possibility of limitation. And the Baal Shem Tov said, nevertheless, I want him to come to me. And they sent after him, and he came to them. Vayomer lo, the Baal Shem Tov says, also tell your wife to come here. And they called, and she came. The Baal Shem Tov said to the holy Reb Shabtai, tell me what you did last Shabbos, what you did last Friday night, but tell me the truth. And Reb Shabtai didn't hold himself back. Anybody who wants to leave has won the ability to leave. I don't feel I should depart, I don't feel I should abort mission at this point. And
come this way, we can't.
And Reb Shabtai says, I'm not going to hold anything back from you. And I'm going to explain to you all of my iniquity and all of the places that I fell. And I'm going to ask you for eights on this. It says that for my whole life, the way that I made money was by way of fixing these books. And all the time I had the ability to do my work and to merit by doing my work until I had a little bit of money. And it was my minhag that at Chatzos on Thursday night, I would prepare for myself all of my needs for Shabbos, the flour and the fish and the meat and all of the candles. And then on Erev Shabbos, the 10th hour, I already stopped and I chilled. I had nothing to do. It doesn't say chill. I didn't have anything to do. I would go to the Beis Knesset and I would say Shir HaShirim and the Tikkunim of Shabbos. And I would wait there. I waited there in the shul until after davening of Friday night. That's been my minhag all of my days from my youth. But now in my old age, the travel was very difficult for me. And I can't so much make money from my trade anymore. And my life has been a life of difficulty. And therefore I can't prepare what I need already by Thursday night. But in spite of all of that, I don't give up. I don't let go of this nekuda. I don't let go of this mitzvah of going to the Beis Knesset on Erev Shabbos at the 10th hour. And I don't let go no matter what goes over me. And then Erev Shabbos came, the past Erev Shabbos, and the 10th hour came. And I didn't have anything. I didn't even have a single pruta, the simple pruta for Shabbos. I didn't have any food prepared from yesterday. And when I saw that I had no place to go and no way to make it for Shabbos, my whole life I've never needed anything from anybody. And today I didn't want to take from anybody either. I didn't want to go door to door. And so I decided that it would be better for me to fast on Shabbos than to take from other people. But my fear that my Rebbitzin wouldn't go and borrow a candle or bread or fish or meat, I wasn't so sure. So I asked from my wife not to go and take anything from anybody, even if you beg me. Because ultimately Yisrael are holy. And I don't want to bother them on Shabbos. I don't want to take from them. And she promised me. And she didn't move from her place until she promised me. And that's how I went. I fasted from the 10th hour. And I went to the 10th hour of shul. And I said, I went in a fast from the 10th hour and I didn't make it to shul. And I said to my wife, when I go to the shul with people, when they come out and they're going to ask me why the candle is not lit in my house, and I'm not going to know what to say, I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to go and be by the shul, and then go to my house, and then to accept upon myself with love that which Hashem has given me from Shemayim. So he was going to leave right after shul, and I went to shul, and my wife prepared the Shabbos, and she cleaned the entire Shabbos in preparation for Shabbos.
Oh, yeah.
And in the midst of cleaning it, she found 2 coins that had been lost from a long time, and they were stuck on a garment. She went immediately to try and transfer and give over the silver that remained in order to get what they needed until the first day, until Sunday. And she bought challah, and she bought basar, and she bought dagan, and all the matamim. And she prepared it all on Shabbos, for Shabbos. And because she knew, this all happened before Shabbos, because she knew that I would wait in the Beis Medrash, she also bought 2 big candles to light for Shabbos. Right, so he didn't know. It was by the time he went to shul, and he went thinking that there was no Shabbos, and ultimately the nace was that there was Shabbos. And it was when so everybody returned back to their homes. I decided to leave shul as well, and I saw a candle lit in my home. And I thought to myself, oy vey, my wife wasn't able to prevent herself from going to get what we needed. And when I came to my house, I found the Shulchan Aruch, and I found challah and fish and wine for Kiddush. And I said in my heart, if I become angry and resentful, it's going to now impinge upon Shabbos. I held back from saying anything. And I said Shalom Aleichem, and I said Kiddush, and I ate fish. And then afterwards I said in a very soft voice, it seems to me that you weren't able to accept the negativity, the Ra, the Gezerah. And she didn't allow me to even finish my words when she said to me, Ishi, my husband, remember that garment? Remember that garment that you bought from me many years ago? And he said, yes, I remember. So I found it today when I was cleaning for the house. I sold the silver that remained on it. And from that's how I was able to make Shabbos. When I heard this, my eyes began to flow with tears from the greatness of joy and the praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he sent me that which is needed for Shabbos. And I couldn't hold back. And I took my wife by her hand, and I went with her in a circle for an hour straight out of sheer joy. And that's what I did after my heart had calmed down, after I ate the soup. On Shabbos, I danced again with my wife. That's how we did afterwards, after we ate as well. It was a Shabbos like from the hand of the king. The general principle is I danced 3 times with my wife on that night, because I wasn't able to hold back from the great joy that was burning within me from the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu merited me to enjoy the Yom of Shabbos with meat and fish, the gifts from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now says Rav Shatai to the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, Atar Rabbeinu and Be'emes Chatasi, if I really did a sin by dancing with my wife on Shabbos, I ask, please teach me how to do tshuva. Teach me, I'll do whatever you say. Because only HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows the truth. And my intentions were good. And the Baal Shem Tov said to Rav Zev, believe me, the entire reality, all of the heavens were laughing and dancing with this couple. And then
The 3 laughs.
Baal Shem Tov says, I decided to laugh with them.
Is it 3 laughs?
Yeah, what's the 3 laughs of the Baal Shem Tov? Then the Baal Shem Tov called to the wife of Reb Shabtai and asked what she wanted, to live a long life with wealth and honor, or did she want to have a child at the end of her life? And the woman answered to the Baal Shem Tov, how much longer is my life? Like 5 years? Maybe 10 years? She was already closer to 70. It's better that I should leave a worthy child. And the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh said, I promise you that in the next year you're going to have a son. You should call him Yisrael, like my name. And he's going to be the light of the worlds. In truth, he's going to be the light of the worlds. And if you let me know, I'll come to his bris milah and I'll be his sandik. And that's how it was. And the next year there was a son born. And that was the Heilige Kozhnitzer Maggid. Wowzers. Story. That's some haluz. We held on to that one mitzvah on Erev Shabbos. Cool.